So this is Emily Ward. She is the co-founder of the Rustic House. I am Kelly Turner, Vice President of Sales at the Rustic House.
Chelsea, the other co-founder, and I started the business as a garage operation, and we manufacture luxury soy candles. That was the beginning of our business. We call ourselves the Rustic House so that we don't limit ourselves. We're considering getting into importing and exporting of furniture.
My name's Joy Krause, and I have a company called Boomers Together, and we do events and camps, and my main focus is to bring people who are 50 and above together in friendship to connect them and empower them and enjoy life more.
My name is Knut Torspe, and I'm the owner of Ocoee Horse Ride. We do trail rides and horseback riding lessons, just outside Cleveland, Tennessee.
My name is Deborah Levine. I am an award-winning author, a cross-cultural trainer and speaker. I have my own business and an online magazine celebrating its 10th anniversary, the American Diversity Report.
I am Richard Carmack, and I'm an owner of RMJ Tactical. We make tactical tomahawks and knives.
My name is Nicole Coleman, and I am in the process of launching a media company with my best friend. Her name is Shasta Vance. And we are starting with a blog format as our initial part of our parent company, which our parent company, we have chosen the name to be Continued Media Enterprises.
My name is Kathleen Perry, and I'm a nurse, and I have a company called Fitzy Health, which I have with my youngest daughter. Got together with a medical designer, and over 2 or 3 years really just went back and forth with emails, trying to just kind of come up with a design for a bedside caddy that we call Fitzy.
I'm Debbie Crabtree. I own a company called Village Virtual. We've just launched a new program we call Career Campus, so we're sort of in the middle of a bit of a branding nightmare as people don't know who we are exactly, but Village Virtual has been in operation about 4.5 years. It's an educational technology company that helps schools, homeschool organizations, or any interested group expand online learning opportunities for students K-12.
It's really awesome because we get to wake up every day and work with our best friends from childhood, so that's a dream come true in itself. It's really cool for us to be able to come together and team up with our community, and it's just really a dream come true, so yeah.
I do what I do because I went through a difficult time in my own life. I had an unexpected divorce, and I was alone in a new city, and reaching out to try to find a group of friends was very difficult for me. So through that process, I realized how other people were going through very similar situations, and I wanted to be some type of a gatherer.
My parents started trail riding in the mountains of Norway 50 years ago, so that's kind of been my upbringing. We've always had horses on our farm, and for the last 25 years I've been, along with my sister, been running the business. And so I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try it in another country.
I began my own business a little more than 10 years ago. As Chattanooga was beginning to grow, I had resigned from my position as executive director of the Jewish Federation here in town, and I wanted to find something that I could do creative, innovative, that made a difference.
My business partner is Ryan Johnson. He has a national reputation for making initially historical tomahawks. And he received a phone call in 2001, early 2001, that from John Blair, who is Air Force Special Operations Command, said, "Can you make a tomahawk similar to the one that was used in the Patriot that would be a tactical tomahawk?" So we just developed a plan to make RMJ Tactical so that we could multiply his efforts. And that is how we got started, working very closely with the military. The military personnel were the first people who were getting them were 5th Group Special Forces. Delta CIA was buying some of them.
We want to share with Chattanooga is our talents for writing, our talents for podcasting, television, and capturing the events, documenting events.
That as a nurse, I realized that patients, when they're in the hospital, very infrequently wash their hands. They also didn't have a place to put their glasses, their cell phones. I was teaching nursing for quite a while at Chattanooga State, and when I retired from there, I finally said, well, actually it was my husband who told me, he said, if you either have to stop talking about this or you have to do something. So I thought, well, I'll do something.
I was very, very passionate about what I felt like educational technology could do to excite, to personalize, to energize, to reinvent the educational experience. And I wanted to be part of that revolution.
I moved here for school in 2010 at UTC. Met Enoch, who runs CoLab, and he encouraged me to move forward with this and started my company before I finished school.
Chattanooga is an amazing city in a lot of ways, especially for startups. I was in a program this spring called an accelerator program. Now, 5 companies were chosen to be in this program. It was an incubation program, and we just started with an idea and fleshed it out into a company.
I got to know a lot of realtors, and some said you should just go to US because that would be perfect for you. Then I tried in Florida and I didn't succeed. It was problems getting the banks to even consider me because I was a foreigner. I contacted realtors north of Florida and even in Tennessee. And one of those realtors were able to actually understand the complexity of bringing in people from abroad. You need a visa, so you need lawyers to help you. You need a bank that can approve you even if you don't have a credit record. And you need accountants that could work together with your accountants back home. So it's a lot more complicated to actually bring in foreign investors. And she really understood that part, and what I had been struggling with for 2 years, she actually has done in a week.
Before I came to Chattanooga, I had worked in Chicago and then in Tulsa for Jewish Federation organizations. It was time, after several years in Tulsa, to once again think of where next. And I looked at several places and I chose Chattanooga because I felt the city was sort of on the brink of something great.
Chattanooga has become such a wonderful incubating city that there's all kinds of resources. I know that over the years I've got lots and lots of knowledge. Matter of fact, it's easier to gain knowledge than put it into practice. But there are vehicles and there's structure and there's people to talk to help us all stay focused.
We want to be a part of our community. We don't want to have to export all of our talent somewhere else when we are fully capable of starting this here, doing this here, inviting Chattanooga to embrace us as we have grown up here.
It has been a very, very, very welcoming community in terms of trying to do something as a startup. There's a lot of resources, there's a lot of people who are very, very willing to give their time, their energy, their expertise.
I love Chattanooga. I was born and raised here, so I came up at a time when I shopped downtown before the malls were built. I remember when the freeway was, I know I don't look it, I remember when the freeway was built and the first malls were built. So we came downtown to shop when I was a kid, and it was a dirty place. And then as I reached my teenage years, it was an uninhabitable place. And I left, and I stayed gone about 10 years. When I came back, it was a new place. Now I travel all the time. I'm in exciting, amazing places, but I'm always happy to get home to Chattanooga.